What it do, family and friends? June 17th, 2015. June 17th, 2015. For those who don't know, that was a day that a racist and white supremacist by the name of Dylan Roof went inside the Mother of Emmanuel Church doing a Bible study and massacred 9 people while injuring another. During that time, President at the time, Barack Obama, went to the church not to announce a national hate crime bill, not to announce any type of policy to address the onslaught of white terrorism when it comes to the black community, but to sing an Al Green notes. To sing an Al Green song. Let's stay together. Fast forward to almost a decade later, and this is where Joe Biden chooses to start his campaigning in South Carolina. Are you tired of the disrespect, chat? Are you tired of the disrespect? Let's check this out. Wait, what that person say? I gotta turn on the closed captions to make sure we know exactly what was said, because I don't want to assume. Let's run that back. If you really care about the lives lost here, then you should be calling for a ceasefire for the lives in Palestine. What? Are you tired of the disrespect, Chad? Are you tired of the disrespect? And this is from your so-called allies, your minority groups, your people of color. If you really cared about the lives lost here, then you should call for a ceasefire in Palestine. I can't even begin to explain to you how treacherous that really is. Right here in real time, This is the perfect example of people using our stories, our suffering, our oppression to then turn around and try to benefit whoever else. And the most egregious part about this person, now let me show you.
That's all right. That's all right. That's all right.
The most egregious thing about these people is they would not do that at a white church if they had the opportunity to. And definitely wouldn't do that in the manner in which they did, where somebody was massacred there. If anybody should have been talking about or screaming anything, it should have been about reparations. You're in a black church where black people were murdered, massacred, never received a hate crime bill. But these folks feel like it's okay to go and jump and throw out their issue somewhere where our people was massacred off of our pain and our oppression. When have you ever seen the black community go to any of their free Palestine protests and jump out there and say, yeah, but what about reparations? What about these illegal immigrants over here taking resources out the black community? You've never seen that. You've never seen that. And I don't know who this tether is right here standing beside this Alexandria Cortez looking chick, but you can tell her head ain't right. You can absolutely tell her head ain't right. But the disrespect. But this clip gets more and more disrespectful. It gets more and more disrespectful. Let's continue this clip. So you hear all these bootlick old school coons and a bunch of old napkin folk all chatting 4 more years. Now this is a black church, the Mother of Emmanuel Church. How many of those white folk there are truly members and will be there on Sunday? Oh, okay. I don't see no young people. Oh, okay. So you got these older folks screaming 4 more years. And here's another thing. When I went and I was at the runoff debate with Whitmore and Sheila Jackson Lee, for the students to get tickets or for a student to get a seat, you have to RSVP. And then if you were asking a question, you have to either submit the question to ABC, or you would submit the question to Dr. Adams, which was the person who was overseeing the situation. So when I say a lot of these people in there are not people who attend that church, or most likely plants, I guarantee you that's what it is. Because even at the debate, there were a bunch of different plants there. There was different activists, things like that. But nobody was speaking about black issues. And when I asked about the black issues, who's going to fund Black Houstonians, as you guys saw in the video I did on it, the broadcast that I did, they cut it off. Nope, we ain't having it. So the fact that we're looking at a black church with a majority of white folk there and older black folk in it, chanting 4 more years. 4 more years. And they don't really care that the next generation in the black community is going to be dealing with those open border policies that's literally draining our communities of resources and things like that. They don't care about any of that. As far as they see it, they won't have to be here. That's someone else's problem. That's someone else's problem. But listen to this. Look at that coon in the background, just smiling, giggling, laughing. He's a pastor, I believe. And he's smiling, giggling, and laughing like it's funny. Like this is funny. What was the donation given to his church for this to take place? Look at all those people there. You telling me those are all members of the church? Look at them. It's a room full of napkin people. It's like playing Where's Waldo. What is going on? But they will take this clip and they will use the best of their propaganda skills to make people believe that he has black support. When you look at this photo right here, this pulse is still. What do you see? Majority white Democrats and very little black folks. See, this is the thing. They try to make people believe the nonsense. But when you look at what they produce, the Black Grassroots has been very clear. no tangible, no vote. And my point of bringing up the whole situation with the RSVP on the seats and stuff like that, they have the ability to literally choose and cherry pick who they have in that church. They absolutely do. And if you think they don't, you a whole ass fool. And I got some beans, some magic beans I can sell you. Let's continue.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Look, folks, I understand their passion, and I've been quietly working with the Israeli government to get them to reduce and significantly get out of Gaza, using all that I can to do that.
And like I said, if there were some real ones in there, if there was some real black grassroots in the building, he wouldn't have got away with saying that crap. He wouldn't have got away with saying that crap. We don't care about what's going on over there. Black Americans and our vote have nothing to do with what's going on in Palestine, nor what's going on in Israel. We are a neutral state in this situation. Do not equate us to their issues. We have our own issues here. And it's, how dare you come and stand in a location where a hate crime took place against black Americans and then start even addressing that person's nonsense and their disrespect to us. See, this is why you need someone in there that's going to stand up and actually speak out. Then you got this goddamn coon ass pastor in the background. They wonder why people ain't messing with the black church. The black church used to be the hub for everything. Now they're nothing. They're bootlicks. Allowing the same people who created the conditions to come into the church to now try and sway and sweet talk you into voting for them after they've done nothing but perpetuate the same status quo. But these are the people. I say throw away the whole elder if they continue to do this shit. Let's continue.
But I understand the passion. Look, folks, after the civil... Thank you.
Somebody come get that goddamn coked up grandma. You a good person. You a good understanding person. They don't recognize that about you. Let's run that back.
Thank you. Well, thank you.
I don't know whose goddamn grandma took a couple hits of the pipe and came back and sat back down and said that dumb shit. But y'all better come get her. Y'all better come get her. Cause like I said, they ain't gotta worry about nothing. She's on her way out. Is she even a black American to even be speaking up on that? Or is she someone who just came into this country and then benefited off of our hard work and still can't understand why we got a problem with all these folks? Is she one of the ones who feel like we should be grateful? You're such a civil and understanding person. You're a good man who's flooding the black community with illegal immigrants and giving all our resources to them. Who anytime we bring up reparations, he wants to bring up Native Americans as if it is a simultaneous situation, even though they've given the biggest endowment thus far to Native Americans under Joe Biden, who has no problem giving funds to everyone else. Ukraine, Israel. Asians got a hate crime bill, and we still make up the number one people who deal with hate crimes. He's standing in a location where a hate crime against black people took place. And this narrow-headed, let me be respectful. This is why we ain't rocking with these vote blue no matter whoers. Any elder who says that it's strategic, we gotta vote for Democrats. These are the same folks been voting for them for over 60 years and seeing nothing change and continue to do the same thing. And what's the definition of insanity again? Doing the same thing and expecting a different result. That's what we're seeing here. We're seeing insanity take place right in front of us. It's on display. The disrespect of the black community and the insanity from within the elder community and the black community. The boomers. I'm going to say this loud and clear, so the people in the back can hear me. The black vote has nothing to do with Palestine, nor does it have anything to do with Israel. Move around. We're here for our interest. Where the hell was these people when we was out here screaming reparations, reparations? I don't see any Palestinians standing by us screaming reparations with us. The black Americans deserve reparations. I don't see any Israelis or Jewish people or whatever standing by us in our fight for equality, economic equity. I don't see anybody. I see more people standing against policies for black Americans. Who's coming from the Jewish community, who's coming from the Palestinian community as well, when you ask about reparations. Not to mention how both sides disrespect black Americans. And I don't hear or see anybody come out and try to take up for us at all. Hey, you know what? That's disrespectful to our brothers in the black American community. And they've always stood up for us. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here. Because it was them who fought for all the rights for us to be here too. I don't hear any of that. All you see is disrespect after disrespect. You would never see anybody in the black community go to a mosque or anything like that where something that took place and they're honoring, I don't want to say honoring the dead because it's already Biden's there. So, but still, you ain't going to see us go anywhere where a tragedy happened like that. Even if we wanted to get at Biden and he was there. We wait outside. We wouldn't go in and desecrate that place where your folks was massacred. That's not how we get down, because it's disrespectful, and that's what we're talking about. These folks have gotten so comfortable disrespecting us, they are willing to go inside of a place where we have lost our own and try to jump the line to get something done for them. Talking about if you cared about the lives lost here, then you would get a ceasefire for over there. That has nothing to do with us. If you cared about the lives lost here, you should have been putting in a hate crime bill for Black Americans. That's what should have been said. You should be putting in some sort of policy that brings funding and put it into Black Americans' pockets. That should have been said. But no. You got these people jumping out disrespecting the people who paved the way for them to be here. Let's finish this clip up real quick.
Hi, everyone.
Oh, that's it. Even better. Yeah, so family, this is why I've been saying for a long time, and a lot of people in the new Black media has been saying for a long time, do not go around here trying to pick sides. I stand with Israel. I stand with Palestine. Stand with Black Americans. Stand with your people, because at the end of the day, ain't nobody standing with us but us. And they use us to further a narrative for them. Everything that we sit here and fight for, if you ask any one of them what they think about it, they fight against it. They go against it. When it's specific about Black American policy, they hate it and they fight against it. So damn that. Damn sitting here trying to put on the cape for anybody. And when we see these people in our areas where it's about us in our communities, it's important that we push back and get them out of there. You shouldn't be here doing that. This is about Black Americans here in this space. Take that shit down the road. And let us go anywhere over there and try to do the same thing. They're going to be kicking you, punching on you, trying to massacre you. In both places, they're very harmful and disrespectful to Blacks in those locations. And then they come here and have the same type of mindset. But then they try to come and get us when they recognize and realize that they're not a part of that society that they so badly tries their hardest to be a part of. They might claim white, but they realize how white they actually ain't when things like this happen. If you ain't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Make sure that they haven't unsubscribed you if you are subscribed. Make sure that you hit the likes button on your way out. Make sure that you go ahead and share this. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think about this, because it's just disrespect back to back at this point. And I'm happy to see it. I'm here for it. To be honest with you, I'm here for all of it. Especially because I want to make sure that people aren't lullabied back to sleep. Black folks don't need to be lullabied back to sleep. We need to make sure that things are actually getting done. And we need to be checking the people like them folk up in the church who was in there screaming 4 more years. Within another 4 years, the black community will be absolutely destroyed and pummeled, just like Dr. Claude Anderson said. Because they're doing exactly what Dr. Claude Anderson said they were going to do. And that's what this whole illegal immigration bull stuff is for. Like I said, hit them like buttons. Go ahead, drop your comments. Let me know what you think about this. And until the next time, you all be safe. The doors of the church are now closed. Peace, family.